I want to focus on this because
Sure.
this is it's a lack. We need more bankers to promote or be part of our MBA, and
Yep.
I don't think there's enough. And there's years that in my beginning years, I was big in it.
Yep.
Because I own my own shop and I was really involved in it.
Sure.
And then there was a space and time where I just wasn't really involved in it at all. For no reason. Because there wasn't a lot of people up in Massachusetts where I was. It wasn't an active community. Let's put it that way at the time. It was in Boston. It was a little bit of a trek for me. But the important part of it is not what I get from it. Even like what we did a few weeks ago where you had, the Coach Amir spoke, which was an awesome event. That's
So
a
good.
huge value add, right? But I find bankers spend all their money on other people's lobbies,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, right?
Yes.
And like, for example, we want to sponsor the Board of Realtors, right? And we spend thousands of dollars on their lobby,
Right.
which is to protect their
Interests.
right? And yet we're not supporting our MBA, which protects our interests.
It does.
Where you're in Tallahassee lobbying for us. You're going to Washington. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you lobby. I think it's important for everybody to know, like, what are we lobbying for?
Sure. So then we have the federal MBA, which is going to be more of like the national types of things, like trigger leads, for example. So if you are part of the MBA, or even if you're not, you can still go onto your app and download the app Mortgage Action Alliance, or MAA, M-A-A. And on there, you put in your home address, and then what will happen is a pre-written letter will go to your representatives about any issue that we have as far as on the lending side of things. But right now, one is trigger leads. And very few of us are happy about trigger leads.
No.
So we all would like that to stop. And we did. I go to Washington, D.C. every year and lobby along with the other members of the MBA on the federal side. And one of the biggest topics of conversation is trigger leads. There's a couple of really good bills out there that the MBA supports. So I highly recommend you do that. Excuse me. But as far as other things we have in the state, insurance, flood insurance, those are huge issues.
Really? Yeah.
Obviously for all of us as lenders. So we are able to lobby for anything that we need in this state.